Photojournalism began at the invention of the film camera. Photographers like Robert Capa and Eddie Adams formed their careers as photojournalists by accompanying a written story with a visual element. However, the entire photojournalism industry changed due to the progression of technology and new media in the late 20th century. In the year 2000, the first camera cell phone was invented and accessible to any citizen willing to pay for it. Each and every person had the ability to take photographs at the touch of their fingers. However, these photographs had nowhere to be displayed until the 21st century. These new forms of media gave the average citizen a platform and a voice to report, much like the newspapers and magazines had given journalists a platform prior to this century. Thus came the birth of the concept of the citizen journalist. The accessibility of information on Twitter and Facebook is ultimately eliminating the need for traditional forms of media. Why would someone leave the comfort of their home to go pay for a newspaper when they can access the same exact information on the internet for free? Newspapers and magazines can no longer keep up with the instant reporting of news. The consumption of traditional media has declined significantly over the past 10 years. Almost every citizen has a cell phone and the ability to access free online news. Although the photojournalist industry has taken a hit due to citizen journalism, a new form of raw journalism has formed in this era of immediate, unfiltered reporting. Something that traditional media outlets have not been able to accomplish before is the unraveling of an important event as it is happening. Acts of injustice are being reported almost instantaneously. Ultimately, journalists, aka the citizen journalist, is able to provide the public with unedited live news and let them decide how to interpret the event, rather than a camera crew coming in hours later after the fact, or a reporter gathering information and taking photos for a story running the next day. The internet allows for the public to receive news as it is happening. The concept of hashtags on apps like Twitter have turned news reporting into a conversation. Anyone with an account can intake information and put out content of their own. The citizen journalist has also made the credibility of news online rather shaky. Anyone can post information online without verification or substantial evidence. Stories can be fabricated and lives can be damaged. Photojournalists have no choice but to enter the world of online or risk losing the chance to report on events firsthand. Many publications have moved online or even made Twitter accounts to report news like the average citizen. The citizen journalist has unintentionally caused photojournalism and journalism as a whole to progress, to keep up with the changing times and the utilization of new media. The future of photojournalism is unsure, but in this era of unfiltered news and social justice, it might not be necessarily a bad thing.